is Grace Rampacek, and as much as I would love to be giving this speech to you guys in person, I can't obviously do that. So in this speech, I'm going to be talking to you guys about my interests, what led me to my job shadow, and then who I did my job shadow with, and where, and then what I learned from the job shadow, and then to conclude, basically a revelation, what I learned from it and how that will affect my actions going forward. So I have always been interested in law for at least my entire high school career. When we started out in freshman year, I picked that as something to base my interests off in the projects that I chose throughout my freshman, sophomore, and then part of my junior year at least. I've always been interested in how the law works and how we can differentiate between right and wrong. And so that led me to Miss Lori Ray at Employers Council downtown. She has a degree in law, but she right now works as the director of member engagement at Employers Council. She helped introduce me to a different field of law, employment law, that I had never really looked at before. And it was interesting to get to know all the inner workings behind it. So basically, while I was there, what I did was we looked at checklists. Checklists were things they give to members, so the companies that give Employers Council money to provide them with services and attorneys and such like that. I looked at checklists that they give to help update people on information, and so basically Ms. Ray wanted an outside perspective so that they make sure that all of the information can be understood with someone who doesn't have a background in employment law. So we also looked at the website and how there are different articles that the employees at Employers Council have written, how those come off, and make sure I basically edited them. She wanted to make sure that they were easy to read, there were no mistakes, that kind of thing before they put them out there. They wanted to convey a sense of professionalism. So after we did that, one of the biggest takeaways that I took from the job shadow was the first day we did a bingo that was hosted by one of the other departments. And this bingo was basically an introduction to new employment policies in the state of Colorado. So it was a way for the employees to not only get the information straight and make sure that they are able to teach the information, but also a way to make sure that outside people can understand, again, what they're trying to teach. So something I took away from this entire job shadow is that I'm not super interested in law anymore. It's still very interesting and it's very cool to look at. I don't know if I want to do anything in my future with it. Something that has caught my eye recently, though, is political science, and I have been looking at schools that have great political science programs. I actually have been contacting people for my internship about political science. And so I think my experience with employment law and experiencing a new, different form of law has really helped me move away from law in a way to explore other interests. So thank you for listening to my speech, and I hope to see you all soon.